Good morning, grade 4s. Today we're going to look at equivalent fractions. Let's first look at the word equivalent and see what we can see. If you look at the word equivalent, you can see that part of this word is equal. There we go. So what we actually realize is that equivalent fractions are simply fractions that are equal. Okay, you did fractions last week, so I'm going to just refresh your memory by drawing these two pizzas. Okay, so these pizzas are meant to be the same size. Okay, so here we have a pizza that's divided into two parts, two halves, and here we have a pizza that's divided into 4 parts, quarters. Right, I decided I want to eat a half a pizza for lunch. So there's my half a pizza. And my son says he would like 2/4 of a pizza, please. So he eats those 2 slices. Okay, 2/4. What can you see? From all that you've done, you notice that 1/2 is exactly equal to 2/4. But what we're going to do today is we're going to look at how to find a missing number in equivalent fractions. So let's rub that out. And we're going to start with a simple fraction like 2/4 equals how many eighths? So you've been given 2/4 and something eighths equals 2/4. Now we've got to find what that something is. How many eighths equal 2/4? I'm going to show you a little tip on where to start your sum, because sometimes you're not really sure where I'm going to start my sum. So I'm going to show you. You go to where your missing number is, you make a circle there, and you go diagonally across, and you get your 4. And that is where you're going to start working out your sum. Okay, so I'm going to just rub this line out so it's not too busy. Okay, let's do that. Right. So now we know we're going to start there, diagonally. So we go to the 4. We're going to start here. Now you've got to work out either I must times or divide. When we work with equivalent fractions, we either times or divide to get the other side. So a quick tip for you I'm going to give you is if the number is getting bigger, your denominator is getting bigger. If it's getting bigger, then you're going to times. Okay? So if your denominator is getting bigger, the missing fractions denominator is bigger than this one, then you're going to times. So bigger units times. So we say 4 times what equals 8? Yes, 2. 4 times 2 equals 8. The golden rule of fractions, whatever you do to the bottom number of a fraction, the denominator, you have to do the same to the top number of a fraction, the numerator. So because I've said 4 times 2 at the bottom, I do the same at the top. 2 times 2, and we get an answer of 4. So what can we tell from this sum? That 2/4, the fraction 2/4, is equivalent or equal to 4/8. Right. And you can check again. 4 times 2, yes, it's 8. 2 times 2, yes, it's 4. So you always check your fraction, and you are correct. Okay, now we're going to do one where this denominator, remember, was getting bigger, the new fraction. Now we're going to do one where the denominator is actually going to get smaller. So again, we use a simple fraction like 4/10. So we're going to say 4/10 equals how many fifths? Okay, now again we do our same little procedure. We go to where the missing number is. Here. Go diagonally across, and that's where you're going to start. You're going to start at the 10, and again I'm going to rub out the line so it's not so busy. Okay. Right. So now we ask ourselves, do I times or divide? Oh, yes. Right. So my denominator is going small, is getting smaller. It's going from 10 to 5, so it's getting smaller. Okay, so if your denominator is getting smaller, which operation will you use? You're going to use divide. Okay, so 10 divided by, because it's getting smaller, so I know that I can put my divide in here already, because whatever I do to the top, I've got to do, whatever I do to the bottom, I've got to do to the top. 10 divided by what equals 5? Yes, right, 2. 10 divided by 2 gives me 5. Golden rule of fractions, again, I'm repeating, whatever you do to the bottom number, you do to the top. 4 divided by 2 equals 2. So what do we see? We see that 4/10, okay, is equal to 2/5. So these two fractions are equal, so they are equivalent fractions. Grade 4s, I hope you are able to do that. If you're not sure, look at the video again, and otherwise I can help you as well. And good luck for today's work. Bye.